Okay, so for today's 100 squats, I used the same setup that I used for Jules Yoga Challenge. Blanket over my stall bars. And then I played with arms up, sit back. I feel like this broadening across my back body. You'll also see how as I make the fists, I then also kind of roll my hands away from one another. This created some nice back body expansion on these squats. I think we just so often limit ourselves in thinking that a squat is a certain thing. I also got a nice pump on my biceps. And then as I'm playing with it, I was like, well, how else could I squat with this? What other kind of coordination could I do with my arms? And then I use the downward arc, and it is like, you know, closing a door or a hatch. And this sets up a slightly different squat. Also, got me expansion through the back of my hips, the back of my ribs, which feels really lovely. I feel pressure on different parts of my feet. Kind of what gets out of the way first on this one is more my shins versus the other one, it's more my hips dropping back. Also, a totally great quality squat. So I alternated between these. I kind of held the blanket a little bit different here and again played with this like rotating the hands away from one another as well as pulling uh, back on the blanket. So, I can really sit back. It's not the shin coming forward first type of squat. It's a thigh pitching back, torso pitching forward more squat. And then just as I was doing them, I was like, "Oh, maybe I can like hop with these." And so I did. And the thing is when you set things up and your body gets information it likes, it communicates with you like that. I didn't have to think do this. It was like my system was talking to me, and so I did. So I did another version of these and they felt really good. This version kind of reminds me of being on an old rail car and you'd have a partner on the other side and you'd be pumping down the handle for some reason. But again, so often we just limit ourselves in thinking in terms of like what a movement is and we just overcomplicate the Jesus out of it. Can actually be much simpler. So when I come back to this um, kind of upward grip, and I'm like, I'm going to do my last 20 of my 100 and I'm going to see if I want to go back to that like hopping version. And again, I'm like talking to my system here. My system's talking to me. And the first couple, I kind of hop in the middle, and then it's like, no, go for it, go for it. I figured out the tension to put on the blanket, and here we go. This felt amazing. It wasn't harder than the other versions, it was just different. So, I mean, find things that have your system communicate with